with all of that said, let's get into the achievement-based resume or creating. Actually, let's start with the profile because in most instances, and actually it should be across the board 100% of the time, you should have your career objective profile or summary at the very, very top, of course, right? And so let's talk about that real quick. That should only take like a minute. What should be at the top of your resume? It needs to be something that is incredibly engaging, incredibly exciting, because as a recruiter, I have one position to fill. Yet, I have 800 resumes on my desk, and I don't have the time to go through 800 resumes from beginning to end, some of which are 2 and 3 pages long. So what do you need to do to stand out from the crowd? You need to create, develop, write an engaging, an exciting career summary at the top that gets me to want to read a little bit further. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, as a recruiter, I'm only going to read about a third of your resume because I just need to see if you're someone that I'm looking for, if you have the skills that I need, if you're someone that I want to invite in and learn more about. And I can tell all of those things within the first third of your resume. If you don't have, or if you don't convey that you have what I'm looking for, or if I see any errors within the first third of the resume, then I'm just going to put you in the do not call pile. That's how fast it happens. So you have about 15 seconds to keep me interested so that I'll want to read more of what you have to offer. You have to grab my attention within that first 15 to 20 seconds at the most, right? And if you count down, if you get a timer or you look at your watch or your cell phone, whatever you use for a timer, 15 seconds it's not that long, but it is enough time to be able to skim very quickly through the top of someone's resume to see if they're a fit for your company and the position that you're hiring for. So you might want to try that and see if you can test me in that, basically. But you want to show interest in your field, in your career objective. You want to show interest in your field as well as your passion for it. So when I say passion, I want you to say something along the lines, without using these words exactly, of course, but explain to me how you live and breathe marketing, for instance, right? I live and breathe marketing. Well, do you? And if you do, explain to me how that is in a way that excites me and engages me and makes me want to read more. So you want to develop a profile that makes me want to meet you before I even get to your experience. Okay? So that's the first thing you're going to have to do. The second thing you want to do is you want to be able to create or develop an achievement-based resume. And achievement-based resumes mean that it's not a summary of your job description. I don't want to see a summary of your job description. I don't want you to cut and paste from the job description that the company has given you and put that on your resume. That's not what I want to see. I don't want to see a list of duties and responsibilities. That's, as a recruiter, that doesn't interest me. If you are an administrative assistant, I already know what your duties and responsibilities are, really, right? Because that's pretty standard. If you're a receptionist, even if you're a nurse, or an advertising and marketing person, like I said, and if you're a recruiter, of course I know, have you done to set yourself above and beyond anyone else in a position that's just like yours? So I need you to take the time to list out every position that you've ever had. And you're just going to do this on a piece of paper. You're just going to write it down. This isn't your resume yet. You need to list out every position that you've ever had that's relevant to the work that you're looking for now. So let's just stick with marketing. If you're looking for a position in marketing, then every position you have had that has to do with marketing should be listed. And then for each one of those positions, what you need to do is you need to identify your greatest achievements. Greatest achievements consist of anything where you've saved the company money, made the company money, reduced something, improved something. So you want to think along the lines of numbers and percents. Numbers and percents, basically, in a nutshell, is what your achievement-based resume is going to consist of. So you're going to identify achievements, greatest achievements for every one of your positions, and then list those achievements in bullet points underneath every position you've had. So I would say 3 to 5 achievements, 3 to 5 greatest achievements, and keep in mind percents and dollar signs, money, making or saving, reducing or improving. For me, I'll give you an example. One of the things that I do for human resources, or I'll give you 2 examples actually. I used to talk a lot about reducing turnover because I worked for a company where turnover was incredibly high. And so a number that I often used on my resume and in conversation during an interview was that I reduced turnover by such and such a percent. Let's just say 22%. I don't remember what the percentage was. Reduced turnover by 22%. That's a significant number. Even if I had said 16%, 12%, 8%, I still saved a good number of people from leaving the company for whatever reason, or save them from termination by applying an appropriate disciplinary action plan that got them back on track. And that's my next point. You have to be able to explain how. How did you reduce turnover? How did I reduce turnover? How did I make the company money? How did I increase profits? How did I save the company money? How did I improve processes? Because in an interview, the person that you're speaking with, whether it's the recruiter or the hiring manager, doesn't want to hear, I know how to do that. Well, how do you know? Well, because I know. No. You have to be able to articulate how you know. You have to be able to explain how you know. You have to be able to, help me visualize how it is that you improve processes, saved money, reduced turnover, made money. I need you to be able to explain it verbally. So if you improve process by a certain percent, if you made a suggestion that the company then implemented, I want to know those things, and I want those to be first and foremost on each one of your jobs. That's your greatest achievement. That's what I want to see. I want to see the greatness that you offered your last company, because what that says to me is that you're going to then come to my company and you're going to do those same things for me. I would expect you to. Knowing that that's what you've done for others, I would expect that you would come and do that for me. I would get excited about having you come to work for me. I would think that I'm getting my money's worth having you come to work for me, because you've shown me right at the top of every job what you've done that was above and beyond the call of duty, that was great about working at that place. So I want to see significant contributions you've made rather than a list of job duties.